with our program right now and start to give out some more of these wonderful awards, kind of get back on track a little bit. I want to kind of back up and tell you, hey, first of all, have you enjoyed this dinner? Isn't it delicious? Outstanding. We're talking about that salad dressing. Woo! It is all of that. Everything is good. Everything is wonderful. So let's give our caterers a warm round of applause and, clap with your hands and rub your bellies because it's all good. It's delicious tonight. We are having a wonderful, wonderful time fellowshipping. This is what this is all about. And it's they say black tie, we all formal, but this is a reunion, as I said before. But I want to get back kind of on track and recognize our honorees. And first of all, we're going to talk a little bit about why we're here, our Gentle Warrior Award. We were rushing kind of in trying to help out the Reverend's schedule to get him where he needs to be. But I want to tell you a little bit more about that award and why it's so prestigious. The Gentle Warrior Award presented to individuals who exhibit the similar commitment, focus, and tenacity that A. Philip Randolph displayed throughout his impressive career. Each of our honorees has an impressive list of accomplishments, and just wanted to share that information and invite you to read more about all their accolades in your program book because they are many, and they are especially selected to be recipient of the legacy which this award represents. We've got the first one was Reverend Jackson, and we know all about him and what he has accomplished. Thank you for saying shh. I appreciate that. Go ahead, Chelsea. I hear you over there. Yeah. Yeah, we back on schedule now. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I want to tell you about our next award winner, and this is somebody who is no stranger to this house, no stranger to this room, no stranger to many of you out here. Our next Gentle Warrior Award recipient is Emmanuel Chris Welch. You better sit for a while because I got a lot to read about you. He has been a state representative from the 7th District of Illinois since 2013. He was elected Speaker of the House in January 2021 after serving on several key committees, including Chairman of the Executive Committee and a member of the Revenue, Cities and Villages and Counties and Townships and Higher Education. As Chairman of the House Higher Education Committee, he led those efforts to pass historic legislation like the 4-year MAP Grant Award and the AIM High Scholarship. He also served as co-chairman of Governor Pritzker's Educational Success Transition Committee. As state representative, Welch has focused on improving classroom education, creating jobs, helping to help out the most vulnerable, and streamlining government. He has been the chief sponsor of several key pieces of historic legislation, including the law bringing cursive writing back into our schools. Also, the Historic Illinois Trust Act, the law making Illinois a welcoming state for immigrants, and the Homeless Bill of Rights. Representative Welch is also a leading voice for adding Black and brown people to the boards of publicly held corporations after sponsoring landmark legislation that requires Illinois corporations to annually disclose their board compositions. Bring it to the light, Representative. He has also been recognized with several significant awards for legislative records, including the prestigious Zeke Jordy Award from the AFL-CIO and the Friend and Education Award from the Illinois Education Association. Now, just a little bit back, I could go on and on forever, but you got to know who this man is if you don't know already. This is a big award, and I want you to know everything about him. Prior to joining the General Assembly, Welch served 12 years on Proviso Township High School Board of Education. Last 10 years, he served as the board chair. He led the school board in the creation of the Math and Science Academy, a school that today recognized by Chicago Magazine and U.S. News and World Report. He did all this while balancing the school's budget for the first time since the early 1990s. He did that. He is the graduate of Private West, Northwestern, John Marshall Law School, 2016 inductee into the Wall of Fame, to John Marshall. He is married to the lovely Miss Shantae. He has 2 children, Tyler and Marley. And listen to this, listen to this. He believes he will always find a way or make a way. Please join me in congratulating Illinois House Speaker Chris Welch.
Wow. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Everybody looks so beautiful tonight. I just want to make sure y'all know that. All that work you put in paid off. It is such an honor and a privilege to be here with all of you champions in this room tonight. I see so many friends from so many labor organizations. I don't want to name names because I'm going to forget somebody and I'm going to get in trouble. Because all of y'all are champions, and it's just an honor to be here with you. But it's such an honor to receive the A. Philip Randolph Award, sitting alongside the legendary Reverend Jesse Lewis Jackson Sr. You got to understand what that really means. Because I was just a little boy when he was on that stage at the Democratic National Convention, and he said that we are somebody. That, you know, I really do believe that if you see it, you can believe it, and if you believe it, you can achieve it too. And that's why my election in January 2021 was so important, because I tell folks that it's amazing to be the first. But for me, I will know I will have done my work when I'm not the last. Right? We're going to pave the way for others. And I'm just very intentional about that. And when I became speaker in 21, there were 2 black speakers in this country, Illinois and New York. And today, as I stand here, there's 7 black speakers in this country. And we're all first in our state. And to me, that work has to continue. We have to be intentional about it. That's what A. Philip Randolph did. That's what the change agents that are being awarded here tonight are doing every single day. I get to watch these people work, and they are so deserving of their awards that to be up here tonight and in this room with people like Gary Perrinar from the Carpenters Union, it's such an honor. Corliss King from the flight attendants, Leo Esparza from the laborers, Nataki Rose from One Fair Wage. I have to give honor where honor is due. And it's such an honor to be here with all of you. I tell our caucus, the formula to success is real simple. If you've ever heard me speak before, some in the room already know my mantra. But there's a lot of faces in here you don't know my mantra. So when you leave this room tonight, you will know it. My mantra is real simple. Winners do the work.
There it goes.
Winners do the work.
Hard work, dedication.
If you know your why and you're passionate about it and you believe in the work that you're doing every day, you're going to get up and you're going to do the work and you're going to win. You're going to win every day. Winners do the work. And that's what A. Philip Randolph did. And so it's an honor to receive an award in the name of a legendary winner like A. Philip Randolph. What's my mantra? Come on now, everybody should know it. What's my mantra? Winners do the work. It's that simple. Thank you all so much.
Let's congratulate the speaker once again. Winner of our Gentle Award. Now, we are going to honor our change agents right now. These are the people who have not only invoked positive change through action, but have also required that of others throughout the communities they serve. I'm going to read you a little bit about each one of them, and you'll know why they are being honored tonight. First of all, Leo Esparza. Let's give him a round of applause. He is the youngest of 11 siblings. He hails from a family rooted in hard work and resilience. He was his father, Jesus, dedicated over 14 years of laboring on apple farms in Washington, D.C., and sod farms in the state of Illinois. In 1994, Leo seized his first opportunity to join the ranks of union laborers. What began as a one-week job evolved into a fulfilling 5-year career. In 1999, Leo transitioned to become one of the pioneering union organizers for the Laborers District Council. A year later, he earned the trust of membership, being elected to Sergeant of Arms for Laborers Local 118. Progressing further, he assumed the roles of Vice President, Business Agent for Laborers Local 118 in 2005. His journey continued with the presidency of the local in 2012. His leadership extended to the broader community. Let me tell you, he evidenced his appointment to Sergeant of Arms for the Cook County Building Trades in 2014. 2015, he assumed the pivotal role of business manager for the Laborers Local 1, the historic and sizable Laborers Union. Now, under Leo's guidance, the union's membership consistently expanded year after year. In a landmark achievement, he was elected as Vice President of the Chicago Laborers District Council in 2023, representing the interests of, listen to this, over 20,000 union laborers. Notably, he holds the distinction of being the first Latino business manager in the Chicago Laborers District Council and the inaugural Latino to hold the title of Vice President. That's worth it right there. Let's give everyone an applause. Now, beyond his professional achievements, Leo has found enduring happiness in his marriage to, this is his greatest accomplishment right here, married to Michelle for over 30 years. The Esparza family consisting of 5 adult children, Sandra, Sarah, Candy, Cindy, and Jeremy. All wonderful names. Please join me in congratulating Leo Esparza.
Thank you, everybody. I'm following the speaker, but I'm not a great speaker like the speaker is, but I got some notes here. Good evening, everybody. My name is Leo Esparza. I am humbled and honored to accept the Change Award from the Philip A. Randolph Museum. I want to express my sincere gratitude to Dr. Lynn Hughes and my good friend Donna Villar and the rest of the recipients and the organizations for recognizing my accomplishments. My journey began at the age of 5 in 1970 when my parents brought me to this country from Mexico in pursuit of the American dream. Growing up in a family of 11 siblings, like Dr. Hughes, I am one of 11. I am the 11th of 11. I learned the value of hard work from the hard work and resilience from my father, who was a bracero. A bracero is a migrant that comes here, works hard, and my dad was one of them. He worked in Washington, D.C., in the apple farms in sod fields in Illinois for over a decade. His dedication inspired me to join the Laborers Union in 1984. I have been committed to advocating on the behalf of the labor movement ever since. Over the years, I have had several leadership positions, including Vice President of Labor's Local 118 and Business Manager of Labor's Local 1. Under the leadership of Jim Conley, which is right over there, I am proud to serve as Vice President of the Chicago Laborers District Council and representing over 20,000 union laborers and their families. And finally, I am deeply humbled to be the first Latino business manager of Local 1 and the Vice President of Labor's District Council. None of this would have been possible without the unwavering support of my family. My wife, Michelle, which I got a quote from here. She's been my rock. She's been my rock and always pushing me to advance in my career and always being the biggest supporter for over 30 years. My wife is a big Jelly Roll fan. If anybody knows Jelly Roll, she's always telling me that the windshield is always bigger than the rear mirror, which is true. Michelle and I have 5 adult children, Sandra, Michelle, Candy, and Cindy. And Jeremy, reflect my commitment to the family values. Jeremy, who could not be here today because he's officiating a wedding in Mexico somewhere, and not in this cold. Jeremy, our son, is a labor lawyer, and he's following my footsteps as a business agent for Local 1. I am truly grateful for the endless love and support. I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge my longtime friend and mentor, Assistant Business Manager Marty Flanagan, which is over there, who brought me into this movement over 28 years ago, and my team from Local 1, Peter, Mike, and John Conrad. In closing, I want to dedicate this award to my parents who taught me the value of hard work and dedication. I will continue to fight for the rights of the working class. This award will serve as a reminder of the hard work that lies ahead. Thank you for this honor.
Congratulations, Leo. And well done, Michelle. I see you over there. Michelle, stand up. 30 years, that's worth some applause. Our next honoree is Gary Pernoud. Let's give him an applause. You know who he is. He's Executive Secretary and Treasurer of the Midwest America Carpenters Regional Council, where he leads more than 5,200 union carpenters across Illinois. Did I say 5,200? 52,000. 53,000. Back up. 53,000 across the states of Illinois, Missouri, Kansas, and eastern Iowa. He is a third-generation business representative of the union, 43, a member of the Carpenters Local 174, where he served his apprenticeship. At the age of 32, he became a full-time business representative and later an assistant to the president. In addition to his election as Executive Secretary-Treasurer in 2018, he was twice elected as the second vice president of the Regional Council and has served as delegate for 25 years, holding positions in various committees and boards, including health and welfare, and pension funds, He's also an active civic leader, sits on the boards of both the Illinois Toll Highway Authority and the Chicago Federation of Labor. Congratulations to Gary.
Wow, what an evening tonight. What a get together. And as you heard, my name is Gary Paranar, the Executive Secretary Treasurer for another week. I have been promoted to the International Rep as a Vice President, and Kevin McLaughlin, who's sitting at our table. Why don't you stand up, Kevin? Kevin will be taking my place next week, March 1st, and he'll be leading, as you heard, 53,000 hard-working men and women throughout the 4 states, Illinois, Missouri, Kansas, and Eastern Iowa. First of all, I'd like to start out by thanking Dr. Hughes. What a hell of a speech you gave this afternoon. You have a lot of enthusiasm. If you ever need a job, we'll be able to hire you with the Carpenters, okay? President Peterson, everyone from the Pullman Porter Museum for recognizing me as a change agent. It's a tremendous honor to receive this recognition. I also want to give my congratulations this year to the General Warrior honorees, Reverend Jesse Jackson Sr., and my good friend, Illinois House Speaker Chris Welsh. Let's give them a hand again. Reverend Jackson is a national icon and has done so much for the labor movement during his historic career. And Speaker Welsh is a true ally to organized labor, and we are fortunate to have someone of his caliber leading the House of Representatives in the state of Illinois. We would not be here today if it were not for the vision, the courage, and the dedication of A. Philip Randolph. As a pioneer in the labor movement, he has left a legacy of impeccable as anyone throughout the history who has fought for the working people throughout the United States. And our 53,000 members of the Mid-America Carpenters Regional Council, which I have the privilege of leading, take great pride in continuing our mission to protect working men and women throughout our 4 states. Thank you again to the Philip A. National Pullman Porter Museum for recognizing me with this tremendous award. It means a great deal to me, and I'm honored and privileged to stay above it tonight with a group of labor leaders, political leaders, civic leaders, people that want to make a difference and who have a voice to look out for the men and women in this state of Illinois. So thank you very much, and may God bless you and your families.
Doing the work. Let's give her another round of applause. Please, please. 52,000 people. Our next honoree, y'all know her, Corliss King. She's not only beautiful, she's a Southwest Airlines flight attendant, second vice president of TWU 556. She describes herself as, listen to this, an accidental lobbyist and unapologetic union thug. I like that. Put that on a t-shirt. In her union leadership role, King is able to build relationships and advocate for labor while proudly representing the nearly 17,000 flight attendants of Southwest Airlines. She's well known for engaging in the fight of her life as she made that tenacious move to get a bill passed allowing airline workers to use sick leave to care for sick relatives. That's right. In 2015, King's husband Hale was diagnosed with end-stage renal disease. Well, this devastating diagnosis left King as the sole breadwinner for a family of 4, including 2 daughters who were still in high school. He passed away, sadly, in April 2020, and this only fueled her spirit to get the bill passed so that her fellow airline workers would not have to endure a stressful journey as she exhausted every way to care and to be there for her husband while financially supporting the entire family. Well, King support grew to include 4 airline unions, the Association of Professional Flight Attendants, Allied Pilots Association, and the Airline Pilots Association, as well as AFA. State Senator Myle Hastings authored the bill, stayed the course, supporting King until it eventually passed in 2021. Now, this is her quote. I love this. "I'm sorry I had to lose somebody for this to happen," she said, "but at least it lets me make sense of something that did not make sense before." Please join me in congratulating Corliss King.
All right, friend. I cannot thank you all enough for allowing me to stand here on Black History Month as we close out this month, honoring people who have done so much for people who look like me. I have to tell you, when I said I'm an accidental advocate, an activist, I meant that. Because what I started as is a woman who had a problem that I didn't think anybody else would understand. And it's only because I called my friend Roy Soria, sitting somewhere out here, right there, and I said, "I don't understand what's happening." They said, "We can't do this." And he said, "I don't care about that." I said, "Okay, who's driving, me or you? We're going to Springfield." And to Springfield we went, not knowing a soul and hoping that somebody would explain something to us. And one of the people that opened the door when he did not have to, is Speaker Welch.
All right.
That started a journey that changed the lives of tens of thousands of workers who didn't even know they were being cheated. And I came to this place understanding my purpose in labor through the Donatellis, who I met walking out of Barack Obama's acceptance speech in Denver, not knowing a thing and not being involved and not caring about a union. And Mike Donatelli had on a pilot tie, and I said, "Hey, I work for Southwest. You look like a pilot." He said, "I am, but I'm also," he didn't say this, "I am a kind of big deal in Alpha." And he drew me in with his amazing wife, one of my best friends, Jan. And what started as a simple ask, "You should get involved with your union," turned into this. I'm not going to cry, but I am going to say, when I look at why I made that phone call to Roy, or I took that chance, I looked at the flight attendants who work so hard each and every day. People assume that we're okay, and we're not. We're in a contract fight of our lives, but we serve you each and every day like nothing is wrong. We do that because we are the baddest in the business. And every day, I get to wake up and represent 21,000 flight attendants of Southwest Airlines. I get to represent labor in my role as Vice President of the AFL-CIO of Illinois, and I get to make a difference with the Chicago Federation of Labor on their finance committee, all because one person said, "Hey, you should get involved in the union." So I share this with each and every worker who says, "Why am I here and I don't feel appreciated? And what is my purpose and why am I doing this?" I share this with Speaker Welch, who opened the door when he didn't have to, and Roy, because he didn't say no. And most of all, I share this with my 2 daughters, Nayla and Adara, who are here, who are exactly why I get up every day So another little black girl does not have to wonder why she's doing what she's doing or when she's supposed to do it. And more than anything, I thank my husband, Terrence Hale, because he crossed my path and he led me to this, where I can say he did not pass for no reason. He passed for a reason, and I'm not better because he's gone. I'm better because he was here.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you. To the International, TW International, TW Local 556, and each and every one of you, Dr. Cruz, for this honor. I am humbled and I am grateful. Thank you.
Unapologetic Union Thug. I'm going to steal that one. I hope she did trademark, copyright, put everything, because that is beautiful. We like that one. We like that one. Don't we like that, Don Ballard? That's my man over there. Congratulations once again to Corliss. Now, our next change agent is Nataki Rhodes. Let me tell you a little bit about this award winner. She's out of Chicago, proud native, former server, bartender, and tipped employee. Rhodes has worked in the restaurant industry for over 15 years. Now, although she loved serving people, she could no longer endure sub-minimum wages at $4.95 an hour plus tips, the sexual harassment, workplace injustice, discrimination on the job, and not being promoted despite her long-standing, admirable work performance. So, she's been seeking justice for workers and herself in the restaurant industry by working with thousands of tipped workers across the country to end that $2.13 sub-minimum wage. Nataki is featured in a documentary called Waging Change by filmmaker Abby Ginsberg. That film has garnered numerous awards across the country, with Rhodes traveling nationwide to promote it while talking to wage workers all across this United States of America. Rhodes continues to work with many tip workers and coalitions and faith-based leaders to pass the One Fair Wage Ordinance in Chicago. According to Rhodes, this is her quote, "This would undoubtedly serve as a historic landmark for Chicago to end once and for all sub-minimum wage." Please welcome and congratulate Nataki Rhodes.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How y'all doing this evening? I just want to thank God, first and foremost, for letting me be here. My Lord and Savior. And this is Black History Month, so I got to give a shout out to all my ancestors. My mom is one of them. And she passed away last year while I was on this campaign. And so she's looking down now, and I just want to give a shout out. Give a shout out to Philip A. Randolph. Jackie Jackson told me, she said, "Nataki, the baton was thrown down and you picked up the baton." And I've been running ever since. I I am so emotional right now because this is huge for me. But David, I want to thank you very much for thinking about me as a nominee, as to accept this award. I really appreciate it. I met David doing LaShawn for campaign as he was running for mayor. And it was amazing. We believed in LaShawn to be the next mayor. And I was already, I'm a former tip worker working. I was already on my campaign. And it really, when I met David and realized who he was in the Philip A. Randolph Museum, I had my first rally over there. I tabled over there. I took all my members over there to embrace the history and the leadership of Philip A. Randolph, because I never knew it was a civil rights issue, wages, to be a civil rights issue. And the restaurant industry is the second largest industry in America. I represent 333 million restaurant workers in the United States. And I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud that I was a union worker. I started out in 1994 working for Versant All Steel Press Company on 93rd and Woodline. And I worked there until George Bush took office and they shut the company down. And they said the union busted us up. And I found myself in the restaurant industry to make money to raise my son and send him to school. And Joseph is here with me. Thank you for being here, Joseph. And I went through that journey and winded up I was already making $60,000 UAW, good benefits, this and that and this and that. And then this one president shut my everything down. And our jobs, our source, everything. So I found myself in the restaurant industry from that point on. And I started $4.95 an hour. And I thank Saru, Journeyman, Mamdu for their leadership, educating me, leading the way, showing me like, Natasha, you're not a loser, you're just making a low wage. Like, it's not you, it's the whole system built against you. And so on this journey, I have met so many great mentors to push me along. And yes, Mama Jackie, Erica, Greg, SEIU family embraced me, gave me the leadership so I can be here. And I want to thank them for that. CTU, Stacy, big up to you. I love you. And you know what? Our Mayor, Brandon Johnson, he's not here, but he's so amazing because without him, I wouldn't be able to pass one fair wage. Through two administrations, we fought to pass one fair wage. It just did not come overnight. This was a fight. One fight in the state fight in 2018 when tip workers were cut out. Tip workers don't have luxuries that I found out of the union and people coming out. They're like, well, why they not coming out? Well, we're always at work, working, serving, fine dining, Applebee's, Darden's, Capitol Grill, all the great places. But your lobby person has millions. National Restaurant Association has millions of dollars. And they lobby against me. Nataki, like they're spending millions dollars to lobby against us right now. We dropped our bill here to end sub-minimum wage in the state of Illinois. And I am on the right side of history. I stand in the front A. Randolph, Ida B. Wells, Ashira Shakur. Like, I'm here.
Yes.
And I represent black women, Latino women, women of color, men. We are fighting to get a better wage, a higher wage, a livable wage. And so my work is nonstop, cross country. 8 states have raised one fair wage across the state. And Illinois will be the next one fair wage state. I need y'all help. I need all the union help. I need Chris Welch help. I need John Harmon help. I need the governor to sign that bill and make us a one fair wage state. And we will continue because Chicago, when we passed it in Chicago, it was historical. And when we pass it in Illinois, it's going to be, it was national already, but it's going to be very historical when we pass it in Chicago. So I'm asking each and every one of you to think and to support the bill that we launched in the Senate. We have Lakeisha Collins. I love State Senator Lakeisha Collins. Lisa Hernandez. I love them. And this is the year of the women. And women, we won't wait. All unions have been fighting for raises. Everybody been on TV. Everybody want a raise. Well, Tim workers want a raise as well. We just got to go through the state to get it. So, please, join us in our movement. This is the work of Philip A. Randolph. I will continue this work. Mama Jackie, I'm going to continue. Thank you for your mentor and leadership. I love you. Erica, I love you. Thank you for letting me know how to get at that tape, girl. Thank you. Greg, thank you. I love you. Stacy, I love you. Thank you. And Saru, Mamdou, One Fair Wage. My whole stand-up members, Angela, Xavier, Marge, Kareem, Antoinette, Haroon, thank you all, because without you, we would have never won, and we're going to continue to win One Fair Wage for our state. Thank you.
For those of you who've been here before, you know I always have like a couple of surprises. So before you guys leave, I want to give 2 more people Gentle Warrior Awards. Change Agent Awards, I'm sorry. When I got back home from school in about 2007, I started graduate school at DePaul in 2009. And while I was there, I was interning at IDHS. And I had the opportunity to meet a guy by the name of Gloucester Mahon. And while I was going to his office time to time, there was a young man in there working. And at that time, I had an opportunity to get to know him a little bit. But it wasn't until, the last maybe decade, we got a little closer. I had an opportunity to sit on the board with him, fighting for, the concerns and the issues of our people. Then I had an opportunity to see him work behind scenes on a lot of political campaigns, and I watched the integrity that he moved with in that space. I was so inspired by that, and I adopted him as a mentor. So I want to give this next Change Agent Award to Mr. Bomani Obadeli. Mr. Obadeli is absolutely a change agent because a lot of these people that you see in office, you all don't know who's behind the scene, beating that street, making sure that these people get voted in, making sure that the world knows about how good of candidates these are. So I definitely want everybody to just give a round of applause again to Bomani Obadeli.
mic off for me. I would just say thank you to Dr. Hughes and to David and to all those involved with the Philip Randolph. This is truly a surprise. I did not expect this. And to be frankly honest, I bought tickets to be supportive, but it is political season and I'm tired, right? No, really, I think as he talked about, knocking on doors, running phone banks, engaging with people all day long, all week is tiresome. So I was going to stay at home and not come, but my wife nudged me, Sharonica, and I decided to come, and I'm grateful. But I'm truly grateful for the work that they do here, for all the honorees that are here in the room, and to the labor partners. Some of you guys I've interacted with. We've been partners and we've been foes. So, but nonetheless, that's just the way it is. But listen, I believe in democracy, and I believe in the work that they're doing in A. Philip Randolph, and I certainly believe in the labor movement, and really shout out, kudos to all of you, especially the flight attendants. I want to just give a big shout out. I travel a lot, and I know what you endure on those planes. I know that. Into the tip workers, I always say you can judge a person on how you treat their waiter or waitress, right? To the maitre d', to the security people. So, the word of God says, whatever you do unto the least of me, you've done it also unto me. So I'm grateful, and I'm thankful to Dr. Hughes and David for this award. Thank you so much. Well, good. Activist Inc. I also work for an anti-violence, non-for-profit organization, so that's great too. Thank you.
And our last surprise award goes to a gentleman that's been taking this road with us, who actually was just recently honored in Arkansas. So we want to give our last Change Agent Award to our friend and brother, none other than Jose Sanders. You might have seen Jose around town.
They're not right. They're not right. Thank you. They said we got to deviate from the program. We're going to deviate from the program. I said, all right, y'all the boss. I'm just here. So I'm glad to be a Change Agent. This does my heart good. I mean, you don't even know. Yeah, we are going through stuff, and we've all been through things. And we were just talking about that. And this is to know that we don't do it for awards. I do it because I want to help in the community and help recognize people who are really doing the work. And so for my friends to turn around and give me something, I get emotional and stuff like this. So anyway, the reason we are here, before y'all get out, because that red velvet cake is good, ain't it? See, I told you this is still a fundraiser. I know the night's getting a little long, but we have got to try to raise some funds to get this facility up and running. That's the reason we're here. One of the reasons. One of the reasons we're here. So we're going to do a quick little paddle race. It's going to be really short. I know the night's getting long, but we want to. You got the paddles. You got the QR code. We're going to bring Miss Khalifa up, and she's going to tell you how we're going to do it. It's painless. Just you ain't have to write no checks or nothing like that. You ain't got to swipe a card, nothing like that. Your identity stuff not compromised. She's got it covered for you. And hang with us, help us out, because this is the cause that's near and dear to all of our hearts. Please, Miss Lady, take it away.
Thank you, Jose. Good evening, everyone. You were given a paddle when you entered this facility tonight. I want to say thank you for buying your tables and donating, and we are here tonight in the financial district where all the money resides. That's where we are tonight. So what we want to do is we want to ask everyone, if you have an Android phone, if you could take out your Android phone and take out your Android phone. If you have an Android, raise your Android phones up. And we want you to go and we want you to text the last 29 people in your cell phone, text them this QR code and ask them to donate some money to the Pullman Porter Museum. It's going to take us a lot of money to extend this program, to build out the facility. So we want you to ask your last 29 people in your phone, donate $29 for 29 years. This is the 29th year for the Pullman Porter Museum, and we want to make sure we raise some money. Now, if you have an iPhone, we're going to do things a little bit different. If you have an iPhone, we want you to scan your QR code on your iPhone, but we want you to ask those 29 people for $100. If you got an iPhone, you should be able to get us a $100 QR code scan. Those iPhone users, we want you to scan those QR codes and ask those last 29 people for $100 so we can raise some money for the Pullman Porter Museum tonight, okay? The labor union has been built to starting with one person, and now there's hundreds of thousands of people, and we need hundreds and thousands of dollars to extend this out. So take the QR code, scan it for us, and we want those funds to come in tonight. Thank you.
Just so everybody knows, everybody who came here, we thank you. We